SNAP is a broken program. SNAP is full of corruption. We found 186,000 dead people. We asked for the SNAP data earlier this year. It has never been turned over to the federal government before. We had 29 states turn it over, mostly red states. 21 states said, no, thank you, we're in litigation. From just those 29 states, we have found, again, almost 200,000 dead people. It's remarkable.
You serious?
Well, apparently death isn't the end. At least not if you want free groceries. That's right, the USDA just discovered that nearly 200,000 very, very dead people were still collecting food stamps. Which, by the way, is the ultimate cheat code for life. Or, shall I say the afterlife. If you thought zombies only ate brains, well, think again. They love government cheese just as much. Grandma just got her food stamps back. Just when you think things can't get any better, Grandma calls with some wild news. They mistakenly credited her EBT card with $2,500 instead of $225. Did Grandma really call? Is Grandma even still alive? We have to ask these questions now.
Day 36, I think, of working for the food stamp office from home, and some of y'all are really bold and really dumb. That is not a good combination. I get a call today. She says, hi, I'm calling because I forgot my food stamp pin. I would like to request a new card. I said, okay, I can assist you with that. Could I start by getting your first and last name? She informs me that the SNAP benefits are not hers and she's calling on behalf of somebody. So I say, are you listed as an authorized representative on the account? And she tells me yes. So get her name, blah, blah, blah. Then I start getting the information about the person she's calling on behalf of. She verified the information. I pulled the account up. Not only is she not listed as an authorized rep, so I really can't discuss anything further with you, even though you verified the information because you're not listed. But the head of household is listed as deceased. What do you need a new food stamp card for?
Ooh.
You're committing fraud or you're going to jail.
Oh!
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail.
How do we stop this before it starts so they can't even get as far as they get in these schemes? It's overwhelming.
It's pretty remarkable. And let me level set us for just a minute. It's so great to be on and talk about this. And it's funny. I think, well, funny is probably not the right word, but I do think what the Democrats did not include in their calculation in their insane government shutdown was the fact that this spotlight was going to be shined upon one of their favorite government welfare programs that under Joe Biden increased 40%. Where all that money went, trying to buy elections, we're not 100% sure, but we're rolling it back now. On day one, back in February, for me, we sent a letter to every governor saying, send us your SNAP data. All of this money that the federal government, the taxpayers are paying for food stamps, we don't even know where it goes, what happens, what they're doing with it. And we said no more. So 29 states complied and 20 plus others did not. And we're suing. We're in a litigation right now. But of the 29 that complied, what we have found is staggering. 500,000 people getting benefits 2 times under the same name. 5,000 dead people. 80% of the able-bodied Americans, meaning they can work, they don't have small children at home, they're not taking care of an elderly parent, they can work and they choose not to work, of course, because they're getting significant benefits from the taxpayer. So this light, Laura, that has now been shined on what is perhaps one of the most corrupt, dysfunctional programs in American history that we are working now. Very big announcements coming next week on this. We are cracking down. We now have a plan to fix it. And we're really, really excited about doing that for the American people.
Zombies are voting. They're getting SSI checks. They are on Medicare. They're getting unemployment. And now they're on food stamps to boot. It sounds like the afterlife is a full-time hustle funded by your tax dollars. We got some people accomplishing more from the grave than they probably ever did in life.
All right, y'all, this one's going to infuriate you. Oh, wow, they accept EBT. What is this? Holy, it's a crab shack. They got steamed crabs. Oh, look, they got paper. Steamed shrimp, mussels, frickin' fried food and salads at the corner crab. This is where our tax money's going to.
Wow.
A crab shack. What a crock, bro. I don't want to pay for people to eat steamed crabs. Come on, y'all. This is crazy.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Here to react is Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. Brooke, it's so great to have you back. We've been talking about ratings. So last week we had you on to talk about SNAP. You posted that, and you got 40 million views. I want to ask you about what's happening with that ruling last night, but tell me why you think that went so viral.
Well, it's interesting, Rachel. I have been doing this for a really long time, and we talked about this last Saturday, that, listen, people want the government open. They want those who are the most vulnerable, who are hungry, to make sure that they are fed. That's the SNAP program. But within all of that, the level of fraud and corruption and double dipping and selling benefits is astounding. And I think it hit a nerve with America to have our discussion. 40 million people watch it about how corrupt the SNAP program is, how we have to fix it. I think just tells you that Americans are paying attention and they're not okay with government as usual. We need to clean the house up, and that's what we're doing.
So the Center for Immigration Studies has found that anywhere from 50 to 60% of households that are headed by immigrants rely on SNAP benefits and other programs similar to that. Is there a problem with that?
Well, we, at almost the very beginning, I think on my first day, I sent a letter to every governor in America saying, send us your data. No illegal aliens on any SNAP or food stamp or WIC program, period, full stop. Everyone said, oh, no, we're not doing that. It is illegal. I mean, it is not allowable. However, the 29 states, mostly red states, that sent us their data, what we found was really astounding. And now we're in lawsuits to get the rest of the data so that we can work to fix this. So there is.
And just the fact that the federal government has to file lawsuits to get information that they should be entitled to is absolutely ridiculous. They want the federal funds, but they don't want any accountability. They don't want anybody to open up the books and take a look inside to see what is going on, just to make sure that everything is on the up and everything is legal. And you know why they don't want people taking a look at those books.
There's no doubt that there is a massive, massive fraud in the program. But having said that, the Democrats have voted 15 times to not fund SNAP. There are legitimate families in this country that rely on that program to feed their family. We got to get the government open.
Right. So, Madam Secretary, what is your reaction to this judge's ruling?
Well, so last night, just to very quickly summarize for everyone, the Constitution, basically the executive branch takes the money from from Congress, from the legislative branch. This goes back to the very beginning. We just can't create money out of the sky. That's not how the United States work. Right. It's interesting, the No Kings rally, right, where they said, we don't want a king in America, except now they want a king that can create money out of the sky, the clear blue sky. And so a very leftist judge in Rhode Island said, oh, go create the money, everybody, go find it. And then the First Circuit basically agreed with that. But last night, y'all, Judge Ketanji Brown, no great friend of, free market and constitutional government, said, no, we need to stay this for 48 hours. The First Circuit needs to take another good look at this, that this probably is not constitutional. You can't just create money to fund a program that Congress refuses to fund.
All right, Secretary, we want to get to this because President Trump just posted this on social media last night. It says, while cattle prices have dropped substantially, the price of box beef has gone up. Therefore, you know that something is fishy. We will get to the bottom of it very quickly. There is criminality. Those people responsible will pay a steep price. And we're looking at right now on our screen, I don't know if you can see it, just the increase in beef prices, for ground beef or steaks, et cetera. Everyone who goes to the grocery store knows that that's happening. So I want you to address what the president's talking about, possible collusion or monopolies among the meat packers. But then I also want you to address something that we've been talking a lot about on the couch, which is the overregulation of processing, so that I don't personally want my meat from like these big, huge slaughterhouses and meat packing places. I want it to come from a small local place, but they're overregulated and they can't compete. So address both of those things.
That's right. Well, a couple of really important points here. First, that the president's promise to Americans to make America affordable again, so that you, as a mom, Rachel, of many children, myself, we are able to put the best food on the table. We can afford it. We don't have to skip over that part of the grocery store because it's too expensive. So that's the first part. The second part is that this president is so focused on American families, the American dream, and American farmers and ranchers. In the last decade, we've lost over 107,000 ranchers in this country as the entire industry has consolidated. And what the president was talking about yesterday is 85% of our beef in America goes through 4 big companies. 2 of those are not even American-owned companies. So these are massive policy challenges, how much we pay for our beef, where it's sourced from, and whether we've got a national security issue on our hands, right? If you can't feed yourself, you're not secure as a nation.
That's definitely disturbing to hear. I don't want foreign companies playing that much of a role in our beef supply.
So that's what the president was really focusing on yesterday, and I think it's really, really important. Rachel, to your point, you and I have talked a lot about this, make America healthy again, how we get better, more nutritious foods. The fact that a cattle rancher in Virginia has to haul his cattle to the middle of the country, Nebraska, to get processed, and then who knows where it goes. We are opening up the markets. We released a pretty significant plan 2 weeks ago supporting smaller ranchers, supporting local processing. We'll have a lot more coming on that, supporting in-state sales across the state line. USDA doesn't have to be a part of all of that. We can rely on our states to do it.
Amen.
So I'm excited. I think there's so much we're going to be able to do on
We're
this.
excited too. We're obsessed with this. Come back and give us all the updates. We want them.
Thank you, Madam Secretary.
I will. Thank y'all.
You can use my Buy Me a Coffee link to buy Leroy a dog treat. Leroy, stop that. You're so cute. Oh, I love you. I love you. You guys steal the show. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Leroy, you're not bored, are you? Leroy, did you know that 9 out of 10 people only watch to see you? Yeah. I'm just kind of here holding space for you. It's true. It's true. Leroy, you're so much fun. You're way more fun than any puppet. Right, Leroy?